Why don't you tell my listeners your 90-second pitch, who you are and what your company does?
Sure. I'm Erin Norman. I am the CEO of Share. We are a global platform that serves the film industry. We're revolutionizing the film industry, creating a whole new financial structure where it's profit sharing for every single person that participates in the project, from the PA to the
Hmm.
director to obviously executive producers. We believe that every single person that participates and works on a film should also be able to participate in the success of a film.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, what's the background? What's the origin? How did you decide to take on this challenge?
As a filmmaker myself, and I don't like to say failed, but struggling. I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I was an executive assistant to Jamie Foxx, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I've been in some of the biggest meetings and rooms, and I've also been an independent filmmaker with a short
Hmm.
film that did well in film festivals globally. I did a low budget horror film that was on Apple TV and Peacock,
Mm,
but the industry never worked for me. It never
mm.
created sustainability. And I kind of always knew something had to change, but after the historic strikes in 2023, it was like, we got to do something. We got to
Mm.
create a system to where it works for everyone, because it was really only working for like the Tom Cruises and the Brad Pitts of the world, the
Right.
smallest percentage, because they were able to participate in equity profit sharing on films. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
knew we changed something because I'm going through it. I'm the filmmaker that needs this platform that 87% of filmmakers are going through what I'm going through. So we decided to make it, create something that can help everybody.
Yeah. So for our listeners who don't know, are we looking at an app? Are we looking at sort of a patented system that you guys have come up with? Like how do you sort of describe what Share is doing behind the scenes, and that's why people would invest in it?
Sure. So we're a platform online right now. We're mobile friendly, so you can,
Hmm.
access it. We're working on the app, but we're actually a platform online right now. We did create something that has never been created before. Our tech team created a backend points calculator. So like
Hmm.
even like the newest, filmmaker to the industry without a lot of experience can get on our platform, sign up for free. The moment that you want to like submit yourself to a project, or the moment that you want to actually put your project, you do have to become a pro member, which is $9.99 a month. We kept
Hmm.
it extremely low compared to LinkedIn, Mandy, IMDb, because filmmakers are suffering. But we're an online platform. You could sign in, you can connect with filmmakers and creatives around the world from anywhere you are. No agents, no managers, no gatekeepers. And we have our tech team created the back end points calculator so that you can offer someone a role, but you can also tell them what you're willing to give them on the back end. And we have it's seamless. It automates as when you put numbers in there. We had our tech team create that, and that didn't really exist before. So that's what's pretty awesome about what we're doing. We are working and building a platform to make it seamless for creatives and filmmakers, any corner in the world, to connect, collaborate, and then most importantly, profit and monetize
Mm.
their work.
Mm. So, as you're describing it, and I'm, diving in and listening and trying to kind of picture this, you're almost a crowdfunding platform to some degree, like a WeFunder, which you guys are on right now. We'll talk about that in a little bit. A little bit of a match.com,
You
type
know,
of, matching some people maybe. You can tell me if I'm wrong. And then almost a little bit of like a CD baby for music, right? Some sort of helping with that. So it's like a combo of all that. Am I picturing it correctly in my mind?
Well, Match.com is hilarious because we do want to connect people, but we're more like a Fiverr Upwork type of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Like,
Hmm.
you can find what you're looking for. As a filmmaker, if I join today and I have,
Hmm.
I need 5 people, I need an editor, gaffer, I can literally put my project on there, say what I need, my location, and everybody in that area and everyone on the platform will see my project and they can submit
Mm.
directly to me. We
Mm.
negotiate everything on the platform. All the legal templates, everything are in there for the contract to go to work, similar to Fiverr.
Yeah.
You join
Oh.
Fiverr Upwork, you need
Hmm.
to create a deck for you for $3,000. You do all that negotiation and, communications on their platform. Pretty much Share is like that. I tell everyone we have the social aspect of an Instagram and the
Mm.
professional, aspect of a LinkedIn with IMD all mixed together,
Yeah.
baby. That's what we kind of.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, that the fiber analogy for I run an agency. I've had to do that a million times. I need somebody to do
Oh,
this thing for me.
same. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit, maybe long term, just real quick. What do you see? Maybe the industry yourself, how you guys are a part of this. Maybe like the next 5 to 10 years of maybe just the film and creator economy in general.
Yeah, right now, if you any headline that you look at about Hollywood, it's about the crisis of Hollywood. So
Hmm.
what we're doing is something that, is helping an industry that is in crisis. Like when Uber kicked off, taxi industry was not in crisis. When Airbnb, hotels were not in crisis. Our industry is failing. People have left the United States. People are losing their houses and businesses are closing
Hmm.
their doors. In the next 5 to 10 years, we want to create our own creator economy where we, fund our own projects. We actually have an initiative called Community Greenlight where we're actually funding pictures too, which is not I can tell you as someone who sat with A-list actors in rooms pitching to studios that could not get greenlit, if they can't get greenlit, if Whoopi Goldberg and Zach Braff greenlit and they gotta start their own Kickstarter campaigns,
Hmm.
imagine the other 87% of us. So
Sure.
long term, our goal is to build this globally where we have 1 to 5 million subscribers of filmmakers and musicians and
Mm,
fans and investors. Because as we grow as a company, our motto is we grow, you grow. We're
mhm,
taking a percentage of our earnings and we're putting it back into funding for filmmakers.
mm,
And
mm.
we're going to allow filmmakers to decide what projects they want to get greenlit. Audiences,
Gotcha.
makers vote. So that's our Community Greenlight initiative. That's the long term. We would love to do anywhere from 16 to 30 projects a year.
Mm.
We fund, and that filmmakers from anywhere in the world could put it up. People vote, and we're funding their projects for them.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Very cool. I want to talk a little bit about some stuff I saw when I was doing some research here around sort of this percentage of on the indie films, or like a 10% if you broker deals. What does that mean in this ecosystem?
So basically, the first thing about Share that what we've built is the profit sharing aspect.
Mm,
As far as the distribution, that's something that we are moving into. But the first thing that we've worked on is just saying that come to our platform, find your people, get to work. Christopher Nolan did it, Robert Rodriguez
hmm,
did it with $6,000, $7,000. Whatever resources you have, don't stop that from getting to work because
mm,
now you can, work with people with smaller budgets and negotiate points on the back end. That's the first part.
mm,
As
mm,
far as like your film is made on Share. If we are able to secure a deal with you with A24 for distribution, Netflix and stuff like that, we do
hmm.
take a percentage of that. You as a filmmaker though, myself, I know I want the freedom to take my projects anywhere. So
Sure.
once your project is done, go take it wherever you want to go. It's your
Hmm.
IP, you own it. We're
Right.
just here to support you. If we can help you get it distributed and secure that deal for you, we do take a percentage of that. And then we also have our Share YouTube channel because
Mm,
a lot of filmmakers, they're not monetized yet. So when
mm,
they finish, whether it's a short or anything, when they finish, the first thing, if they want to take it to YouTube, they're kind of stuck with how do they get to the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours before
hmm.
they can actually make money. We would
Right.
like to be, the go-to for that, where people can come
Mm.
build their projects, we could put it on the platform and they can monetize immediately.
Gotcha. I'm going to move over a little bit to maybe the market and people adopting what we're talking about right now. So, what's kind of some current tractions? So, some of the current numbers of users, filmmakers. What do some of those numbers look like behind the scenes?
Sure. So we have over 1,300 users on the platform.
Mm,
And this is, we just launched like March 1st, and we've done zero like traditional marketing. Like,
hmm,
we tried to do some ads and try to get people to the WeFunder campaign
hmm.
because, as you know, tech startup, we're always looking for funding.
Yeah.
Um, but our industry is suffering. So we have our, campaign and, we're telling people you could come in with this amount, but it really didn't hit hard for people. But we still have an industry of people reaching out to us from Japan,
Mm,
UK, Africa, Canada, letting us know that they're ready and they're excited about it and they're joining the platform. So we've only done social media posts and a
okay.
couple of press releases that got picked up in Deadline Hollywood and the Associated Press. But
Mm,
those are the numbers behind the scenes. We
Okay.
all Yeah, and we have an amazing advisory board with some Oscar-nominated, Emmy-winning producers, so we're just building, slowly but surely building our community.
Yeah, that's amazing. What is the go-to-market strategy that you guys have sort of laid out right now? Is it partnerships? Is it just paid ads? Like, how do you sort of see this go-to-market? Because it seems like you've got a lot of sides of the coin that you need to kind of focus on, right? You need creators coming in, you need work happening, you need projects. So, how do you sort of think about a go-to-market strategy for you?
Yeah, at first, our go-to-market strategy we thought about was really just hitting the masses, letting them know about our Community Greenlight because
Mhm,
everyone is struggling and trying to get back to work. And we thought like, some of our brand ambassadors who have a huge following could step in and help us reach people and let them know that we're even here and we exist. Um,
mhm,
the next thing that we're doing right now is really contacting filmmakers that have funded projects that
mm,
need cast and crew. And so we've been reaching out to a bunch of people with amazing projects that might have had, their short film at Sundance and now they're
mm,
ready to do the feature and telling them, come to us. We get, with some of the companies and businesses that we're partnering with, we can give you discounts on, what
mm,
you need driving footage. You need driving footage placed because you have a
mm,
car scenes, whether you need
mm,
Netflix quality cameras. We're working with DV Depot. They're offering up to 50%. We're
mhm,
working on getting the filmmakers on the platform because
mm.
this is our community. This is what we're
Sure.
doing. And once we get that content and we have them there and we're putting people back to work, we feel like that's the best strategy to grow the platform. Not
Yeah.
just getting all these big influencers to talk about it, but actually helping people get back to work. And
Sure.
just a side note, when you talk about the market, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they have a company called Artist Equity. They're doing exactly what we're doing on a production by production basis.
Mm,
But we're a global tech startup, platform.
right.
The movie Sing Sing last year, they did exactly what we're doing with profit sharing, and they got picked up by
Mm,
24 and 3 Oscar nominations. So, what we're doing, our creative base is behind. Everyone
mm,
believes in what we're doing, and we're the first to market with what
mm.
Share is about. There's no other companies like Share. So,
Yeah.
the idea to grow our company is to just one, awareness, let people know
Mhm.
we exist and what we have, but also to get people back to work.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
it. Yeah.
How do you think about the difference between high quality creators and low quality creators? Is it a project for everybody, or are you more in a scenario where like we really want to focus and get high quality creators in here because that's going to really lift the whole idea up? So how do you just sort of think about that, and I guess some sort of quality control to some degree, on the platform?
Yeah, what's interesting, it's that, art is subjective. And
Hmm.
so for us, it's not really for us to, tell people what's good or bad. We're not here to judge what anyone is doing.
Hmm.
If it is a share project, then that's something that we are doing with some, investors and people we know. We then have the discretion of what projects we want to put out there.
Sure.
But the idea is not to tell people what projects they can make on the platform, it's just to give them the opportunities to make it on the platform.
Hmm.
How whatever campaigns that they build with their film on their socials, you might have someone with a crappy movie that
Hmm.
goes on to make $2 million because they know everybody or they have
Right.
you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
for us to set that up. We are only providing the tools and the platform so you have the opportunity because right now Hollywood's doors are closed to
Yeah.
everybody. So that's really what Share is about. And when you think about like Mandy Network, which generates, I think, over $49 million, they're a staffing company. Their
Mm,
membership is $14.99 a month.
mm,
They're connecting the dots with resumes and putting, we're allowing our filmmakers on our platform to connect directly. Your
right.
profile is your resume. You don't have to go to someone's agent or manager or submit and hope someone gets back to you. You can connect
Hmm.
directly to other people on the platform.
Yeah. So what are some of the maybe the technical challenges or bottlenecks that kind of exist that you guys are working through right now?
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm a filmmaker, Jeff. So I've been a producer. I've been in this, and I thought that was hard. But the tech world is a whole different beast. Because you gotta, we have a platform that's very interactive. It is not as
Mhm.
simple as just staffing. Send your resume, we send it out.
Yeah.
We just launched version 2 of our platform a couple weeks ago, and more people are signing up, but we needed like a feed. We're
Mm.
creating a community, so people need to be aware that they're there, that
Mhm.
they could connect with each other on the platform. Um, that's one of the things. The other thing that we really worked hard on with this new version is obviously the legality
Mm.
behind everything, because
Mhm.
just like Fiverr, if I'm doing the work for someone and they're gonna pay me, I need to make sure I get paid, and with
Right.
filmmakers, you also have to protect their IP and their
Sure.
activity.
Mhm.
So, our lawyers, our entertainment lawyers, Newell Law Group, they are incredible. So,
Mm.
those are some of the things, but also just creating a space where, the features that we wanna have on there, being able to submit and send a submit request, vendor submit a request access to look at a project that may be private and talk to
Mm.
someone about, the project that they have on the platform and negotiating those points. All of those things, the technical aspects are the most challenging for us right
Sure.
we've
Yeah.
raised 170K with friends and family
Mm.
and the refunder, but almost over 70% of that has gone to tech.
Right. Right. But and then how else are you thinking about, preventing any fraud or protect against misuse? How much are you guys really in the weeds of just thinking about like, I forgot about that. Somebody could do this. Like it's got to be something that you're really concerned about, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely,
Mm.
especially like I said, I'm a filmmaker. I have ideas,
Mhm.
and I know, in Hollywood has been so shady, and
Mm.
ideas have been ripped off, and,
Mhm.
people have sent scripts, and then a couple years later, they see something similar. Our legal team is on that. Like, we have had
Mhm.
several meetings about that, whether, you can contact us if, you feel like your copyright has been, infringed upon or anything like that.
Mhm.
We do tell project creators we are protecting this, this is what we have, but if you
Mhm.
put a project on share and it's public, we advise you to please get it copywritten or registered through the
Sure.
WGA. And if you
Mhm.
don't wanna do that, let's say you have the next Matrix idea and you think it's
Mm.
amazing, you
Mm.
can still join share and make your project private.
Mm.
So no one could see it, but you could go find filmmakers and reach out to
Mm.
if it's public, everyone can see it and submit. If
Sure.
it's private, so you kinda have to take those risks just like in Hollywood. It's not like we
Right.
have a
Yeah.
magic we can't just say no one will do any of that. It's just us
Yeah.
making sure on our end that we protect our users as best as possible.
Yeah. And what do you think from your vantage point is sort of the biggest risks that you guys really have to kind of navigate? Is it regulatory, market shifts, competition, execution? Again, lots of it sounds like you had a lot of plates spinning. So just how do you sort of think about, hey, these are the risks that we know we have to always keep our eyes on?
Really, it is that IP protection, make sure that people feel like they're in a safe space, and making sure that we take care of the filmmakers. Like, the
Right.
community that we're building is really the most important to us.
Hmm.
Like I said, we are filmmakers. We've been down this road, and that is really the biggest thing. And also, once we move into that distribution space, which we're very close with
Hmm.
working on ways to help people not just get their projects made, but get their projects seen, distributed, and monetized. None of this
Right.
works if back end profit sharing. It doesn't work if we're not able to help you get there. So those are the biggest hurdles I think that we're constantly working out. We're constantly having meetings with our advisors to figure out these are the risks. People come on and if something gets stolen and or even during a production,
Mm.
if there's any type of abuse or anything like that, like we have to be very mindful of that. And so
Mm.
that
Mm.
those are the precautions and things that our legal team is very, very adamant about us taking care of, which we have, and we're implementing all of that every
Yeah.
step of the way within the platform.
And for investors kind of listening to this and thinking about it, what is the main revenue source? Is it just the subscriptions? I think you said 9.99 a month, I think is what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Is it just that, or is it really getting into we have to be doing those 16 to 30 films. Like we have to be doing these types of films. Like what really is the revenue streams for that you guys are looking at right now?
Really, as an investor that invests in share, it is the subscription base. Like just
Hmm.
like Mandy, just like IMDb, and just like LinkedIn. You know,
Yeah.
the other things that, once we start doing distribution and we're profiting from that, because we take like a small percentage of that on the
Hmm.
platform. Our community greenlight projects, those the more people get into that and we have people's family and friends and audiences voting and they're
Hmm.
voting on all these projects. Now you have all these users coming in, and that's advertising dollars.
Mm.
Brands have now shifted to a new space of, AI is here now, so product
Hmm.
placement can happen even post production and
Mm.
stuff like that. So I always tell investors, like, obviously the biggest would be the subscription base, but once we
Yeah.
get the community green light going and more people are coming and we get the distribution, there's a lot of revenue to be made in those
Yeah.
spaces as well on the platform.
That's cool. Right now, what's keeping you up at night? Just right now, for for the company.
Uh, Not enough money to scale. I
Okay.
mean, we're talking last year, media companies spent $210 billion on content.
Hmm.
Netflix spent 17 billion, and last year they generated, I think, 34 billion. Um, there's work there. There's
Yeah.
creativity there. The demand is so high, so it keeps us going because we hear
Hmm.
from people all over the world like, "You give us hope. This is awesome." So we're like,
Hmm. Hmm.
"Yay!" But we need money. We need money for
Right.
marketing. Like, I feel like once people know that we're here and what we're doing with Community Greenlight, no other tech company is doing this. When
Hmm.
we're able to reach the masses, we know we can grow and we can scale. But as of right now, we don't have the money for that type of marketing.
Sure.
You need a good 20 to $50,000 to hit those
Hmm.
publications and get out there. So what's
Yeah.
keeping me up at night is feeling like I don't wanna let people down. I feel like
Hmm.
the demand is there, we built it, how do we keep going? And
Sure.
no, that's it.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, I found you because I found your WeFunder campaign. Talk a little bit about how this is a personal project to me. I've got documentaries out in the old world there that we've done and used crowdfunding for it. So
Yeah.
what were the conversations behind the scenes to decide to go to a WeFunder type platform and try to open it up and use that as a channel? What was just some of the thought patterns behind the scenes?
I did. So we partnered with Indie Night Film Festival, and their founder, Dave Brown, is one of our investors and partners. And he invited us to speak at an event in Oakland. When I came
Hmm.
off the stage, Jeff Aniston, who's one of the founders of Legion and Films, approached me.
Hmm.
What you
Hmm.
guys are doing, I would love to talk. We had a meeting with him, one of the nicest guys. And I just said, how did you raise $19 million?
Yeah.
How? And he said, well, we started on WeFunder.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, probably at this point.
Oh,
They're one of
yeah.
they're one of the originals from
Oh
back in the
my
day. Yeah.
gosh, when he called us, when he approached me and then I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh," he's like, "I don't know if you know who we are." I'm like, "Are you kidding? I know
Hmm.
exactly who you are." And he said after that, we had hit our threshold, so then we went to Start Engine. He
Hmm.
goes, "But we're a fan-owned studio, so fan
Yep.
invested." And so the idea for us was like, "Okay, Jeff gave us this advice. Why don't we take it to WeFunder? Because this is also an opportunity for former industry execs, creatives, for us to own our own company. Like, I
Sure.
don't know anybody that
Mm.
really owns any, Sony, a piece of Sony, and
Yeah, right.
stock,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I thought to myself, like, what if we can get filmmakers around the world to invest? And we kept it low, as little as $200 to
Mhm.
and own a piece of this.
Yeah.
Imagine if you would have done that with a Netflix early on or an Amazon
Mhm.
early on, where you would be. And so that's kind of how we got there. It was Jeff
That's awesome.
Anderson, Legion M, that advice, and then us saying, let's just do it because we've already done our friends and family and yeah.
Mhm. That's cool. That's awesome. So where can people dive in, learn more? They're listening to this conversation, they're into it. Where should we send people?
You could come to, well, first, our website is theshareplatform.com. So you could go there. I'm on LinkedIn, Erin Norman. You could reach us if you have any questions, especially, regarding our goals for,
Hmm.
future IPO or investing. You could reach us at contact@theshareplatform.com. And our team, we're ready to take any questions that you guys have. And we have a lot of plans. We have some cool, big partnerships with some top industry folks that we're going to be announcing soon. So,
Awesome.
yeah, really exciting.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate this conversation. I've been following it on the sidelines here. If I had a production company for almost 10 and a half years. I used to own recording studios. If your world existed back in the day, I
Oh,
might still have that,
oh, yeah.
because it was just, there's just a lot going on back in the day. But yeah, so this is a great conversation. I love what you guys are working on. I love the industry. I'm a
Well, we should
creative
talk.
myself.
Yeah, I
Well,
want to hear about these
always,
documentaries. And there's
well, you can go watch them. They're out there.
I was
Yeah, you can
gonna say,
go.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want to hear more about what you're doing because you obviously have some expertise in that way. So, yeah, thank you for your
Yeah, a little
support.
bit. I've done some stuff, I got stuff out there in the world for people to consume.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great conversation. Again, all my listeners out there, I'll have all the links in the show notes. Obviously, go click on that, dive in, reach out, and jump into this project. Really cool stuff. And I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you're busy, but this was a great conversation. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jeff. You take care. Have a good one. Bye.